Alright, folks, grab your popcorn, because this year's Super Bowl might be the most dramatic one yet. If you're gearing up for Super Bowl 57 and finding yourself rooting for the Philadelphia Eagles, well, you're definitely not alone, but let me tell you, the team that most of America loves to hate right now is none other than the Kansas City Chiefs. Yep, that's right. The team that used to be everyone's feel-good story has now earned themselves the title of NFL's new villains. And surprisingly, they're loving it. We're talking about Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and the rest of the Chiefs who've gone from the NFL's underdogs to the team everyone loves to root against. But how did it all happen? How did a team that once inspired nothing but admiration suddenly find itself as the villain? Well, stick around, because we're breaking it all down. And hey, before we get started, if you're into NFL drama, come on, hit that subscribe button and let's dive into the Chiefs' reign of dominance, controversy, and of course, a possible third Super Bowl win in a row. The Chiefs, from heroes to villains. Let's take it back for a second. A few years ago, the Kansas City Chiefs were the team everyone could get behind. We're talking about a young quarterback with the heart and smile of a golden retriever, Patrick Mahomes, and an offense so electric. It was like watching a video game in real life. Andy Reid, the lovable head coach with a sense of humor that made him one of the most relatable figures in the NFL, leading the charge. And then, you had a fan base that wasn't obnoxious or entitled. They were just happy to be in the spotlight for the first time in years. So, what happened? How did the Chiefs, once America's darlings, suddenly become the team everyone loves to root against? Simple. They kept winning. And winning. And winning. We're talking about 5 Super Bowl appearances in the past 6 seasons. And now, they're trying to make history by winning 3 in a row. That's right, 3. People don't hate teams that are doing badly. But when you keep winning year after year, eventually, the love turns into envy. And in the NFL, envy can quickly turn into hatred. Travis Kelce's surprising take. So, how does Travis Kelce feel about all this? You might expect him to be all salty about it, right? But no, this guy is embracing the villain role with open arms. At Super Bowl opening night, he had a huge smile on his face when he said, "People hate the Chiefs? I didn't know that." The man's got the swagger of a guy who knows he's at the top of the food chain. And let's be honest, he's not wrong. When you're constantly at the top, you become the target. And for Kelce, it's like the NFL's version of a badge of honor. The new Patriots? Now, let's talk about something that's been happening on social media lately. A lot of fans are comparing the Chiefs to the New England Patriots of the Tom Brady era. You remember that, right? Back when the Patriots were winning every other Super Bowl, and no one could stand them anymore. Well, here we are again, except this time, it's the Chiefs sitting at the top. It's kind of funny how history repeats itself, right? The Chiefs are the new Patriots. Except, well, they don't have the scandalous past like Spygate or Deflategate to stir the pot. Instead, the hate is all about the wins, the constant primetime games, and, get this, the referees. You've heard it before. The Chiefs get all the calls. And you know what? Commissioner Roger Goodell had to step in and address that ridiculous theory. Let's hear it from Chiefs safety Justin Reid. "We play so many primetime games. It's just recency bias," he said. But hey, every time a 50-50 call goes in the Chiefs' favor, it becomes part of the conspiracy theory that the league is somehow rigged. I mean, come on, it's all part of the game. If you're winning, people will always find a reason to tear you down. What's really driving the hate? So why all the hate? Though, I mean, the Chiefs aren't out here throwing deflated footballs or spying on teams. There's no scandal, just straight-up dominance. Some fans have even suggested that there's a conspiracy to help the Chiefs win. But Chiefs owner Clark Hunt puts it simply. You know how everyone in the NFL wants to compete to win. That's true of our guys as well. The referees are doing the best job they can. He's got a point. When you're on top, people are always going to start making excuses for your success. And if you're getting the job done, well, that's just the price you pay. The Chiefs' historic run. Speaking of success, let's talk about what's really at stake here, history. The Chiefs are aiming for their 3rd straight Super Bowl win, something no one has done before. They're trying to make it into a dynasty. And whether you love them or hate them, you can't deny that what they've done in the past few years is downright impressive. The Chiefs had a phenomenal 2023 regular season, finishing 15-2, one of the best records in the NFL. Sure, they took a small L in Week 18, but they rested their starters. In the playoffs, they faced tough teams like the Buffalo Bills and Houston Texans, and came out victorious. Yet again, if they win this Super Bowl, it will cement their place in history as one of the NFL's most successful franchises of all time. But despite all of that, let's face it, America's probably not going to start embracing them. They might even get more hated as the years go on. And you know what? They're totally fine with that. Keeping the focus on the challenge. As the Chiefs approach this monumental game, they're keeping their eyes on the prize, winning the Super Bowl. And the mindset? 1-0 every week. They don't talk about three-peats, they take it one game at a time. You gotta respect that level of focus. But make no mistake, the Chiefs are well aware of the historic feat they're trying to pull off. And they're not letting the hate distract them. Conclusion. So, what do you think? Are the Kansas City Chiefs truly the villains of the NFL? Or are they just victims of their own success? Either way, they're on the verge of making history. And at this point, whether you love them or hate them, you've got to appreciate what they've done. Personally, I say, let the villains be villains. The Chiefs are making the game exciting again. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think America's ready for a Chiefs dynasty? Or is it time for someone else to take the throne? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content like this. Until next time, folks, stay fired up and keep rooting for your team, even if it's the Chiefs. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time for more Super Bowl drama, NFL breakdowns, and of course, all the latest stories. Stay tuned, and who knows, maybe we'll be back next week talking about a Chiefs dynasty, or maybe, just maybe, an underdog Cinderella story. Either way, we'll be here for it. Catch you soon. Super Bowl tickets are always expensive, right? But what's this? The price of tickets for Super Bowl 58 is dropping. Even though we've got the Kansas City Chiefs aiming for an unprecedented third straight Super Bowl win and President Trump making his first ever appearance at the big game. Sounds like a perfect storm for skyrocketing ticket prices, doesn't it? Well, shockingly, that's not the case this year. Ticket prices are sliding, and that has fans and brokers alike scratching their heads. In this video, we're breaking down why prices are lower than expected, how low they could go, and whether President Trump's attendance could have anything to do with it. So, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because we're about to dive into some Super Bowl ticket drama. Super Bowl ticket prices dropping? Alright, let's start with the basics. Ticket prices for Super Bowl 58. Set to take place in New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome, have taken a surprising dip. As of Tuesday, the cheapest available ticket, known as the get-in price, was down below $4. Yes, you heard that right, for a Super Bowl ticket. In comparison to previous years, where tickets were regularly priced well over $7 around this time. The drop is definitely unexpected. In fact, prices have fallen by a whopping 35% in just the past week alone. We're seeing a strange situation where, even with the Chiefs going for history and Trump attending, ticket prices aren't exactly soaring. So, why the drop? Theories behind the price drop. Let's dive into some theories. And there are a few floating around that explain this ticket price decline. A rematch fatigue. This isn't the first time the Chiefs and Eagles have faced off in the Super Bowl. In fact, they just played in the big game last year, with the Chiefs securing a nail-biting 38-35 victory. For many fans, seeing a repeat matchup less than a year later might not carry the same excitement. The novelty is gone. Typically, brokers don't love rematches unless they're between teams with large, nationwide fan bases and broad appeal. The Chiefs and Eagles, while fantastic teams, don't seem to have the kind of widespread appeal to drive the ticket market into overdrive. The Chiefs' dominance, a fanbase burnout. Here's another angle. The Chiefs have made it to the Super Bowl 5 times in the last 6 years, yes. 5. It's kind of like when the New England Patriots went on their Super Bowl streak during the Tom Brady era. Fans start to get a little fatigued by the same teams showing up year after year. Even with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs aiming for a third straight Super Bowl win, some fans are feeling like, we'll get another shot at this in a few years. In other words, the urgency to attend may not be there. Skyrocketing hotel costs. Now, let's talk about one factor that's driving up the cost of just attending the event: the price of hotels. Cities hosting major events like the Super Bowl tend to inflate hotel rates. And New Orleans is no exception. Many hotels are requiring multiple night stays, which can quickly add up. The added costs of travel and accommodations might be pricing out some fans from purchasing tickets last minute. Could ticket prices keep dropping? Here's the big question. Will ticket prices continue to drop? Historically, in recent years, we've seen prices drop leading up to the big game. The last 4 Super Bowls have shown that prices on the morning of Super Bowl Sunday are often lower than they were on the previous Wednesday. So, if that trend continues, we might see tickets continue to slide as we get closer to game day. However, that's a bit of a gamble. As we all know, prices can fluctuate unpredictably depending on availability, demand, and other factors. Could President Trump's attendance affect prices? Now, here's an interesting twist. This year marks the first time in Super Bowl history that a sitting U.S. president will be attending. That's right, President Donald Trump will be in attendance. Given that security and planning have ramped up because of this historic moment, could it cause ticket prices to rise? It's hard to say. The idea of a sitting president at a Super Bowl is unprecedented. And it's unclear whether his presence will increase demand or turn some fans off. Brokers are watching closely to see what effect, if any, his attendance will have on ticket prices. What's next for Super Bowl 58 ticket prices? As for what's next, ticket brokers will likely be watching the trends closely over the next few days. In years past, prices for the game have fluctuated, and we could see some upward shifts as we get closer to game day. The uncertainty of this year, whether it's the Chiefs' dominance, a rematch of the last Super Bowl, or the president's presence, has created a lot of questions for brokers. Everyone will be keeping their eyes peeled to see if we get any late game surges in demand, or if prices continue to slide. It's a strange dynamic this year, and we're all watching to see how it plays out. Conclusion. So, what do you think about the situation? Will ticket prices keep dropping as we get closer to Super Bowl Sunday? Or do you think the Chiefs' bid for a three-peat and President Trump's attendance will drive demand back up? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And, of course, if you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more updates on the big game and all things NFL. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. That's it for today's deep dive into Super Bowl 58 ticket prices. Whether you're looking to score a last-minute ticket or just following along with the drama, we've got you covered. Stay tuned for more Super Bowl content. And who knows, maybe next year, we'll be talking about even crazier ticket trends. Until then, stay safe and enjoy the game, no matter where you're watching from.